Hi everyone, it's Maureen Wong for Your Next Stamp. Today I'm going to be coloring this beautiful image called Catherine from Omnia Designs, which you can get through yournextstamp.com, with a combination of Copic markers for her skin and Inktense pencils for all the rest of it. So let's get started. I'm starting with Copic E00. Oh wait, let's zoom in. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and add some RV10 for the cheeks. And then come in with E000 to fill in. By the way, this image has been stamped on Georgia Pacific white cardstock from Walmart with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Okay, and I'm just going to come back in with the E00 for her neck and arms. And also for her legs. And then the E000, as it gets a little bit lighter down the bottom of her legs. And then back with a little E11 for some shading right under where her dress would fall, and just a little bit on her hairline. And under her face, on her neck. And that is it for the Copic markers. Moving along to the Inktense pencils, I'll start with her hair. And for that, I'm using Willow, which is 1900. And I'm just going to go in and make some kind of curly marks on her hair, because it looks like she has kind of curly hair. Not too much, otherwise I'm going to get a ton of color on there. So I'll get my water and my brush. And just start blending out those pencil lines with small circular motions. Because I'm using regular cardstock and not watercolor paper, I'm going to be careful how much water I use. Because this image has such small details, it's actually really easy to color with watercolors. You don't need a lot of water, so I'm going to watch that and keep my water use down to a minimum, just enough to spread the color around. And that's it. And next I'm going to move to, let's see, what shall we do? How about the candles? And I'm using Sienna Gold number 240 for the candles. And I'm just going to draw a little bit in each flame. And I'm going to go around the outside just a little bit. Some little marks. I'm also going to go on the candles a little bit, because there are a lot of candles. They're creating a lot of glow all over the cake, all over the candles. Okay, Now I come back in with my brush and my water, blend those out. You can see that a little water goes a long way with these images because the details are so small and very easy to color. Now for my background, I'm going to go in with a bigger brush, just a little bit bigger, and draw out the color all around the candles. There we go. And the candles are done. Now let's move on to the flowers. I am using Mid Vermilion, that is number 310. Let me go, let's see. I'm just gonna do a little bit of color in each one of the roses. And you can see I'm not being careful at all. This is a really quick image to color. Come back in with my brush. And just bring that color out to the edges, but it's going to stay dark in the center, which is the look that I'm going for. Okay, and now for the leaves, I am using Spring Green 1550. And again, I'm not being very careful, just putting a little bit of green everywhere I see a leaf or these little swirls. And now I'm going to blend that out with my brush and water. And this barely takes any time at all because these leaves are all so small. And you don't have to be perfect. Okay, now moving on to the bow on the cake, I'm using Fuchsia, which is number 700. Okay, and now I'm using the same color on the bow on her dress. And with these areas, they're kind of long and skinny, and I'm not using the circular strokes because it'd be harder to make little circular strokes. I'm just drawing them out with straight strokes. And that's it for the bow. And I'm using that same color again, fuchsia, for the shoes. Okay, and now I'm going to come in with neutral gray 2120 for some shading. First I'm going to shade a little bit under the frosting line on the cake, under the bow, because all that light is coming off of the candles. It's going to create some shadowing. And also I'm using the gray for the platter that the cake is on. I'm just going to come in and color that really loosely and get my water. Very lightly. I'm not trying to draw the color all the way out. I'm just trying to soften that line a little bit. The color does spread just a little, but that's the effect I'm going for. And one more thing, I'm using this gray, neutral gray for some pleats, and I'm just doing really rough pleat lines where I think the pleats might fall on her dress, and these don't have to be perfect. I'm just making, you see these really short, rough lines, and I'm going to come in with my bigger brush and just soften those up a bit. It softens the line, elongates it higher up into the dress to give you the illusion of pleats or folds in the dress. And that is our finished image. Let me zoom out so you can see it completed. There you go, there's Catherine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out this image and all the other images and dies, as well as embellishments and other fun things you can get at yournextstamp.com. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.